you. Oh, I didn't mute.
Oh, okay. So yesterday was the new moon, 8/8. What a day. My soul path number is 8, which is in the tarot, the strength card. And it's about courage. So, whew, if there was any time in my life that required courage, I think this is it. I think everybody is dealing with that. But so with the new moon, that's the dark of the moon. And today there would be just a slight sliver showing up. So this is the day to start implementing new things that you want to change in your life. And so at the new moon, it's a little more subdued. And so we'll have more relaxation today. And there's a stretch that I can show you that we'll use a bolster or a blanket to assist with that, you know, as a prop, and it will help us in that pose. So that's one idea I have. So for now, we'll just go into center, creating sacred space. Allow the outer world to just drop away for now. And any issues or burdens that you might have, just let them fall away. And I think of it as an emerging. I think of, you know, the shells that have the oysters in them, the oyster shells. I just think of it as that opening up and then revealing the center uh, where the oyster is, but just as an analogy. So we rather switch dimensions. Allow yourself to relax a little bit more in your muscles, especially shoulders when we're sitting, centering. Become aware of your breath. If you are outdoors or in the heat, just notice your breath if it's any different when you're experiencing 90 degrees, which in some countries they're used to that, but not so much here in the US. Notice if it feels harder or if it's no different or if it's easier. And then move through your body, scan from one end of your body to the other, checking for sensations, anything new that you have become aware of. Now, if you would just imagine the dark of the moon with just a tiny sliver of light. So the moon is now waxing into more light. So imagine that in your mind. So the waxing moon would be the dark side of the moon, the darkness, the fuller dark part of it at the new moon is slivered by the light on your right. Now, as you focus on this moon in your imagination, ask yourself and just go with whatever comes to mind first. Ask yourself, what does my heart want to change? What's my heart's desire to change in my life, in my habits, in my pleasures? What would it be? Just right off the top of your soul. It could be your inner child as well that's going to respond. So see if you notice a response. And if it doesn't come now, it might come during class, during the session today, or later. There's no pressure around this whatsoever. It's just a little exercise. Mine was, and I've been hearing this for a while now, to play my flute more. Actually, to start up playing it again, because I haven't played it for quite a while. So if you feel ready, we'll attune to breath, just bring palms together, and we'll go the opposite direction since it's the dark of the moon. So begin with your full deep breath, and then turn your fingertips down towards the ground. Arms out to the side and breathe them up overhead, palms together. And down past your face and fingertips down. Just a few more times. And this time we'll end with our thumbs near our sternum. And then release your hands. We'll start to sway side to side, moving with our arms. So just in center, breathe and lift tall. Breathe your right arm up and come over to the side. And we'll come over to the other side. Breathe and breathe out. And once more in each direction. Now just pause here and stretch through your fingertips. Lengthen in your arm and shoulder, pull away from your hip. And if you wish, you can bring your right arm down onto the elbow and stretch a little bit more. Open the heart, so lift the shoulder and look up under your arm. And to lubricate the shoulder, just take your arm to the back slowly, as far as you can, stretching as much as you can, and then come back down and breathe as you lift it up. Open the chest and shoulder. And one more time around. Breathe and hold your stretch, looking up. Now from here, just breathe it up, facing that left leg, and bring your arms down and lower your torso over your leg. And now we're all set up to go to the other side. So bring your left arm down or just your palm, whichever works, and bring your right arm up next to your ear and reach. Rotate the shoulder open, pressing back, look up under your arm. Feel the stretch. And then start to take the arm back. As big a stretch as you can make with your arm and shoulder. And lower down. And breathe as you come around and up. And back down. And then arm up next to your ear. And press up and over the right leg. And then press back up and we'll unfold our legs. Just lengthen them out. If your knees are tender or need a little massage, you can give them a little rub down. All right, and loosen up in the ankles. and reverse. And then flex in your feet, press the back of your legs down and lift up into Bandhasana. Shoulder blades roll down. Lift your heart. And then slide your hands back behind you and lift your sternum, your ribs. Draw shoulder blades together into an arch. Lift your chin. And then release and just walk your hands forward. Hinge in your hips. Keep a straight spine, and we won't go to maximum stretch on the first try, probably. And then lift back up. Take your hands behind you. Again, shoulder blades pull down. Lift your heart into an arch. And see how it feels compared to the first time. Press your legs down against the mat. And then we'll come into our forward bend, Paschimottanasana. Once again, just lift up, tilt your hips forward, and slide your hands or walk your hands forward. And then we'll come back up and just bend your left leg, your knee, and bring your left arm inside with the palm facing to the right. Your right hand comes around back. Your right foot is still flexed. And we're just going to come into Marichyasana. So reach up through your crown, press down in your sitting bones, and press your arm against the leg and use that leverage to come into your twist, looking over your shoulder. Breathe. Now, slightly unwind, but reach for that left ankle or the heel and just lift that leg up. Reach it up. Draw it in. Take it out to the side. You can hold on to your shin or your heel. Straighten the knee. And then bring it back. Bring the feet together. Palms on the floor. We'll prepare for a side plank. So come onto the sides of the side of your hips and legs. Feet are stacked if you can. Right hand under your shoulder. Press up. Engage your legs and core and bring your left arm up into your side plank. Bring your arm up next to your ear and just look up into your palm. Take your time, go slowly. Breathe. And then bring your hand down in front of you, bend your knees slightly, and lower your hips back down. And for the other side, just face front, bend your right knee, bring your right elbow inside the knee. So you're going to press arm against knee and knee against arm. Palm faces, if you can see, and your left palm behind you. Flex the left ankle. Reach up through your crown as you breathe your deep breath. And exhale. Try not to let the leg go out to the side. Try to keep it right in line with your hip and ankle. Look over your shoulder. All right, so slightly unwind and reach for your ankle or your heel and just lift your leg up, stretch, bring it in closer and closer towards your torso. And then open it out to the side wherever your body will allow. If you're outdoors or in the heat, this would be easier. It says here in fine print, right? All right, let the leg come back. Let both feet turn to your left, stack the feet, and come over onto your left hip. Make a straight line, excuse me. Palm under your shoulder, spread your fingers out. Legs are straight. And you can use both hands to press up into your side plank. And then bring your arm up overhead. Lengthen your line from head to heels. Breathe. Legs are engaged, hips are engaged, core. Now bring your right arm up next to your ear and slowly lift your head and look up into your palm. And then bring your arm down, soften your knees, let your hips down, and come around and just sit in easy pose and loosen up in your wrists, both directions. Fingers and elbows. Okay, so the pose that I wanted to show you, first let's do a little stretch with the thighs. If you recall what hero pose looks like, where both legs are back, but I'm going to show you a nice way to do that. But for now, just reach for one ankle and stretch your thigh. Bring the knee back, heel into the hip, press your knee back. And I like to press the hip bone forward. So see if that works for you to give you a really yummy stretch on the thigh. Now, another thing we can do here is press your foot into your palm and let it go to the back like almost a reclining dancer's pose. Take the leg back, open the chest, and bring the leg around. Reach for your heel, and this time stretch it up to the side where before we were stretching forward. Okay. Now come down onto your forearm and see if you can bring it in a little closer. Press through your heel and lower your leg, and we'll stretch the other thigh in preparation for our hero pose. So reach for your other ankle, pull the knee back, open the chest, shoulders, take the knee back. Oh, Marshall's doing good. Down dog. Now our approach to dancer's pose in this position, press your foot into your hand and take the leg back a little more. Good for some of the psoas muscles. And bring your knee forward. Bring your hand around to the heel and lift that leg up. Stretch to whatever ability your body will do. Come down onto your forearm and reach up a little more. Bring it in. Great for the back of the leg, the back of the knee. All right, now let it down. So just for a little fun, this is optional. Bring both feet in front, almost like butterfly. And if you are not opting to do this stretch, you can do your butterfly, but lean back on the tailbone or on the sitting bones. Hold on and open the legs wherever they'll go. Give your hips a nice stretch to open the hips, or your butterfly, open the hips that way. All right, and let them come down. Now, reach for your blanket or your bolster if you have your bolster. Your blanket, if you're going to use it, you want it folded so that it's at its thickest. So fold it lengthwise and then just keep folding it in half. And then you have a nice thick blanket so that it would be like a bolster. I have a bolster right here. And we'll do this sideways. So place your blanket or your bolster lengthwise and come down and sit on the further edge of it. Okay. And then just like we stretched our thighs before, reach for your ankle and draw your foot back. Now press down on your hands and lift up and take yourself a little further back. Okay. And then With the other leg, bring the heel back. You might want to come forward a little bit because we're going to lie down on this. Okay. So we're just going to lie down with our legs on each side of the bolster. And if you have a bolster and you need your blanket, you can put that under your head. And then relax down in reclining hero. Feel the stretch in the front of your body. Now, I'm going to make a recommendation here that I had not thought of, but I think this is a really good opportunity. We were working with half shoulder stand last week, and we were working to bring all the organs back up into the body. But with the bladder, just take your fingertips down above the pubic bone and gently stroke that area. Press down and just draw it up. Just to give a little assist to your organs. Bringing them back up in opposition to gravity. And then let your arms relax down. Let your shoulders relax open. And feel the gentle stretch on your thighs. And just relax here. If it's a challenge for you to have the toes back and the top of the foot on the mat, you can do one leg at a time to accommodate your ankle. All right, so hopefully that's a long enough stretch for you. Bring your elbows under you and start to lift up using your arms and hands. Now, I didn't say this before, but if you have your bolster and you have a handle on it, reach for that, lift up onto your knees and pull it forward until you can just rest your hips down on the bolster and then just come down over the bolster. You can cross your palms over and just relax. Just adjust your bolster to however you want. You come into a child's pose on the bolster. Is it working okay for you? All right. You can also push your bolster back enough so that you can rest your forehead over your overlapped palms. Breathe some nice new moon breaths. And just reconsider your heart's desire for anything new that you want to implement in your life. And then every day for the next 2 weeks, just focus on that and see it coming about. See it happening for you. Success. Each day, the light shines brighter on the moon, shedding light onto your heart's desire. All right, now lift up. Just reach your palms forward. Come up onto your knees. I think you can leave your bolster or your blanket right where it is. Turn your toes under and just come up into a downward facing dog. Stretch your calves a bit. Now draw your navel up. The core muscles, draw them up. And then bend your knees, lower yourself back down, and then prepare for Shavasana. A few minutes of a new moon relaxation. And draw your hips under your shoulder blades. And let it all go. Seeing your heart's desire in your mind, whatever it is that you want to initiate and create for yourself. With the new moon in Leo, that would be empowering, would be creative. It's the fifth house in astrology, so that's the house of creativity and the inner child. It's the lion's gate, courage, and the 8 is the infinity symbol when it's turned on its side. So infinite possibilities for whatever this is that you want to accomplish. And now start to become aware of your body, your surroundings, any sounds you hear in the distance, in the room where you are, or the space where you're at if you're outdoors. Feel the ground underneath you. Feel air currents across your skin. Feel the warm air come from your nostrils. Feel the air cool as you breathe in to your sinuses. And then bring some movements into your hands and feet. And then slide your feet together and lift your knees to your chest. Come to one side, up into sitting. And in honor of the 8/8 yesterday, August 8th, just make figure eights with both hands. The infinity symbol, anchoring in infinite possibilities and success with your goals and heart's desire. And then just bring thumb and index fingers together, ending in mudra. Now, if you're outdoors or if you're in the heat, just stick out your tongue. And if you're one who inherited the genes to curl your tongue, then curl your tongue. If not, just attempt to curl it and breathe in through your mouth. And you can breathe out through your mouth too. That's a pranayama called Shutuli, and it is a cooling breath. And then bring your palms in together, feeling satisfaction or endorphins flowing through you. At any rate, enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. And blessings upon all of you. Namaste. Happy new moon.
Happy new moon. Danielle might have got rained out.
Yeah, happy new moon. Yeah, I had to come in. I was didn't have plan B set up, so I had to go do another room.
I don't blame you.
Oh,
Someplace dry.
Yeah,
were you able to finish with us or?
Yeah, I just because they're not home, so I put my laptop on the dining room table and I did it in the living room.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Are they still with you, your family?
Yeah, they
Okay.
went to go look at a car for my sister, so the whole family went.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna close this off.